It was supposed to be a charming rebrand. Meghan Markle, once a working royal, now reinvented as a wholesome California homemaker with an artisanal jam line. But instead of applause, she received public humiliation at the hands of one of Britain's sharpest comedic voices. During a scathing segment on the Graham Norton show, Norton took direct aim at Meghan's so-called apricot spread disaster, mocking not just her product, but the entire image she's trying to sell. "You traded a crown for a jar of jam?" Norton jabbed with his signature wit, leaving the audience in fits of laughter and Meghan's carefully constructed lifestyle brand in shambles. The fallout from the joke wasn't just limited to a few chuckles. It struck a chord across social media where users have increasingly voiced skepticism about Meghan's post-royal ambitions. American Riviera Orchard, the brand behind the now infamous apricot jam, was rolled out with theatrical elegance, gold calligraphy, cream-colored packaging, and a curated list of influencer recipients. But many saw through the glitz. As Norton highlighted, the brand's launch seemed more performative than practical, more curated than credible. "Homemade jam from Montecito? Please," he laughed. "We all know she didn't stir that pot." It was a biting commentary not only on the product but on the performative nature of Meghan's new lifestyle branding. Behind the laughter was a deeper criticism, one echoed by marketing professionals and cultural analysts alike. Meghan's authenticity campaign is being increasingly questioned. The jam drop, which reportedly included only 50 hand-picked recipients like Chrissy Teigen and Tracy Ellis Ross, wasn't available to the public, nor was there any pricing or real product information. It appeared more like a branding experiment designed for Instagram stories than a real business launch. In other words, substance was sacrificed for spectacle. What's more damning is how disconnected the venture feels from Meghan's past and from the reality she claims to champion. For someone who regularly speaks about mental health, women's empowerment, and social justice, launching a luxury food brand in the midst of global inflation, food insecurity, and a rising cost of living crisis strikes many as tone-deaf. Norton didn't miss this angle either, saying sarcastically, "Just what the world needs, another millionaire teaching us how to spread toast." His commentary wasn't just funny. It was laced with pointed social criticism. The backlash hasn't been limited to entertainment circles. Retail and branding experts have raised red flags over the lack of transparency around Meghan's business strategy. No public statement, no interviews, no consumer rollout, just a cryptic Instagram profile and a photo of jam. As one branding consultant told The Telegraph, "It's all vibes, no vision." This aligns perfectly with Norton's roast, which frames Meghan as someone desperately clinging to relevance through surface-level reinvention rather than substance or originality. Even more troubling for Meghan is the growing perception that her ventures, be it a podcast, Netflix series, children's book, or now jam, fail to resonate with the public. The Archetypes podcast was quietly dropped by Spotify after just one season. Her Netflix projects have met with lukewarm reception. And now even her culinary attempts are being reduced to punchlines on national television. For someone who once walked beside the Queen and stood on the world stage, these recent missteps paint a picture not of evolution but of disintegration. Norton's Mockery, though brutal, seems to have captured a broader sentiment. Meghan's constant repackaging lacks the sincerity people crave in today's media landscape. She has gone from being a royal insurgent to what many now see as a self-absorbed brand machine, leveraging her title while simultaneously rejecting the institution it came from. It's a contradiction that Norton, with surgical precision, laid bare in just a few well-timed jokes. The irony, of course, is that Meghan once claimed she left royal life to escape the media circus and regain control of her narrative. Yet, with each glossy rollout and exclusive drop, she appears more trapped by public perception than ever. As Norton's roast proves, when branding outpaces reality, the backlash is swift and merciless. In the end, Meghan's apricot spread isn't just a failed product. It's a metaphor, a symbol of everything critics believe she's become: overproduced, out of touch, and endlessly performing for a camera that no longer blinks with admiration. And in the unforgiving arena of public opinion, no amount of luxury jam can sweeten that bitter truth. Once hailed as a breath of fresh air within the royal institution, Meghan Markle now finds herself battling a different kind of scrutiny, one that sees through her glossy rebrands and curated aesthetics. Critics argue she's no longer redefining roles or breaking barriers. Instead, she's capitalizing on borrowed prestige to remain in the spotlight. The once powerful narrative of freedom from the firm has shifted into what many view as a desperate campaign for celebrity relevance masked as purposeful entrepreneurship. The irony deepens as Meghan attempts to pivot into domestic lifestyle branding, seemingly inspired by the likes of Martha Stewart or Joanna Gaines, figures who built empires on decades of hard-earned trust and relatability. But Meghan, with her carefully staged kitchen photos and silent product drops, appears to be skipping authenticity in favor of viral optics. This disconnect is what Norton's joke pierced so effectively. It wasn't just a jab at jam, it was a critique of the entire facade. With public trust waning and media sentiment turning, Meghan's next move will be critical. Because in the court of public opinion, charm alone won't cut it anymore. And if this jam episode has taught us anything, it's that no PR filter can preserve what's already starting to spoil.